Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we will look into one of the business management tools we learned in business management in IB diploma program, which is Decision Tree. So what is Decision Tree? We will look into it deeper in this video. So first of all, what is a decision tree? It is a technique that considers the value of all the options available for a business and the chances of them occurring. What is its purposes in business? Usually, decision tree will help to represent to the managers about all the options available for them to make a decision making, and through that they can also know all the possible outcomes for each of the decision making. By that, it also means that they know all the chances of each of these events occurring, and also know what can they gain from it. What are the economic returns that they could have when they do a certain decision making.
Okay, so for this part, I will explain to you the components of decision tree. Okay, so first of all, decision nodes, which are represented by squares. So these are points where a choice must be made between different strategies or actions. Secondly, there are tense nodes, which are represented by circles. These are points where outcomes are determined by probability, reflecting uncertainty in the decision-making process. Next up is the branches or lines, and these illustrate the flow from decisions to possible outcomes or subsequent decisions. Next is probabilities, and these probabilities indicate the likelihood of each possible outcome occurring. Next up is payoffs or outcome, which basically is the result associated with each possible outcome. And the last one is the expected value, which is commonly found at the end of the decision tree and is calculated by multiplying the payoff of each outcome by its probability and summing the products. And these expected values help in determining the most beneficial decision plan.
How would the business construct a decision tree? Uh, the business can construct a decision tree by planning out all the different options. So, for example, this business can provide the very first situation that might happen and the different possible actions that the business can take. So, in the simplest case, there would be a yes or no question that the business will have to decide on what to do. So after that, you then branch out and ask another question of what might the business have to do. So in that case, the decisions will further and further branch out, and in the simplest case, it'll always just be yes or no. So it's like a binary tree. So by constructing a diagram, the decision tree is really just branches of different options that the business can take and the potential outcomes that would result from that. So a decision tree is really just a comprehensive map of what the business would do and what it can do as the best decision for it to take.
So this is another example of a decision tree. So a business organization can use this type of decision tree to identify the monetary value of each options in their business. So as you can see in this decision tree, in launching a new product, there's a 0.6% probability of success and a 0.4 probability of failure. So the expected value of launching a new product can be calculated, and also we can calculate the expected value of improving the existing product. So as you can see, the expected value of launching a new product, which is 10,400, is higher than the expected value of improving the existing product. So ideally, a business organization will choose to launch a new product rather than improving their existing product.
Moving on to the real-life examples. For a loan approval decision, a bank needs to decide whether they want to approve or reject a loan. So for the decision tree, we can see if they have high income, continue. If no, then reject loan. If they have good credit, continue. Then if no, reject loans. And if they have low existing debts, then the bank can accept the loan. And if no, they will reject the loan.
Moving to the next real-life example, diagnosing a patient illness. So, a doctor can use a decision tree to diagnose whether a patient has a flu, a common cold, or COVID-19 based on their symptoms. So, the Does the patient have a fever? If no, then it's likely a common cold. But if yes, we move into the next question. Does the patient have a cough and sore throat? If no, then it's likely another illness. But if yes, we move into the next question. Does the patient have loss of taste or smell? If no, then it's likely a flu. But if yes, then it's likely a COVID-19. Thank you.
Moving on to the advantage of decision trees, it is useful because they present options and also outcomes in a clear visual format, making them easy to understand. They help compare options by calculating risks and rewards, making it easier to choose the best one. Their structured, step-by-step approach organize complex decisions effectively. Lastly, decision trees support better decision making by using data and also probabilities to determine the most profitable or safest choice.
Decision trees are useful, but they have some disadvantages. One problem is instability, which is even a small change in data can completely change the tree. This makes it unreliable, especially with messy or changing data. Another issue is bias in imbalanced data. If one category appears more often than others, the tree may favor it and ignore smaller categories. This can lead to unfair or inaccurate prediction. Lastly, overfitting happens when the tree becomes too detailed and learn unnecessary patterns. This make it work well on old data but poorly on the new data. To fix this, we can prune the tree, which is remove extra details or limit its depth.
For the first application, it's about how decision trees help businesses segment their customers and create targeted marketing strategies. Customer segmentation is when the business group their customers based on behavior, demographic, and preferences. This will help them identify patterns and target the right audience. So, decision trees work in marketing by classifying customers step by step, and each decision is based on factors like age, income, and social media activities. It is beneficial for businesses to identify high-value customers and focus their marketing on them, and also personalize offers to match their customer preferences. For example, e-commerce platforms use decision trees to recommend products. If a customer is over 30 years old and earns more than RM5,000, they might be recommended premium products. But if a customer is under 30 years old and active on social media, they might be shown trendy and low-cost items. So it is efficient for businesses to reach the right customers with the right products.
The second application is fraud detection. Decision tree helps in identifying unusual transaction patterns that indicate potential fraud. It analyzes factors like transaction amount, location, time, and even user behavior. For example, if transaction amount is more than 10,000 ringgit and location is different from usual, flag it as potential fraud.
In conclusion, decision trees are a powerful tool for making informed choices in business and other fields. They provide a clear, visual representation of options, possible outcome, and risk that helps decision makers evaluate the best course of actions. While they come with advantages like simplicity and efficiency, they also come with challenges such as instability and overfitting. So understanding these strengths and limitations allow businesses and individuals to make smarter, data-driven decisions.